Hey guys, this is Reddy from Healthy Options. Welcome to 22nd episode of 0DT Pulse and today's Nifty Expiry. So recently, I've been making only the shorts to make these 0DT Pulse videos, but I have received the request from some of the subscribers, and they wanted me to make little detailed videos so that they can learn more from my videos. So I'm basically back to making the kind of full videos, but I'll try to keep the length of the videos probably in less than 10 minutes. So let's get into the details. So Nifty today opened kind of a flat compared to yesterday's closing, and then for the rest of the day, as you could see, it just traded in the range of 70 points. The range is 70 points only, but if you see, it's a quite choppy. The choppy is nothing but it will try to go up and it will threaten like it's going to break the high, but it will not. But then again it will come down. It will try to break the day low. Again it will fail, and so this will go on. So that's called choppy day. And if the same thing would have happened with bigger range and big green candles and red candles, we normally call that as a volatile day. So it was a choppy day. First 45 minutes was very volatile, and Nifty was trying to break the day high, and this is when the spike happened. And as a result of that, there was a spike in the straddle premium also. I'll show you the straddle premium how it behaved. But then because this day high risk is subsided, because it did not materialize, premium started cooling off. But again Nifty tried to break day high around 10:30, and again this particular attempt also was failed. So the real decay, in fact, started from here, and from here onwards, the decay was sort of linear, but with a couple of hiccups here and also here at three different places, right? I'll show you the straddle chart to make it for more understanding. So in terms of straddle premium, the straddle premium opened around 115 or 119, but immediately it came down to 108. Premium was almost like there was no overnight decay, but the actual premium available at 916 was 108, which is something definitely a low, but not very low. Very low is something like 80 rupees, 90 rupees, or anywhere between the somewhere around 80 rupees is, can be considered as a very low. And I have seen the days even with premium of 60 rupees also, which was extremely and brutally low. And today 108 was definitely low. Basically, straddle premium of less than 120 at 916 we can consider it as a low premium. And so this is what I was mentioning, so whenever there was a threaten to break the yesterday high, so there was a spike in the premium, and this particular thing was subsided. So this is when the premium started pricing the day high is not going to break, so the real decay started, right? So far the decay was there, almost like a probably 15 to 20 points, but the real decay you can see happened here. But you can see there was a one spike here around 11:30. That is when the Nifty was trying to break low. So this particular red candle, so it really shot up the put options premium, which resulted in IV spike, and that did not materialize, and then there was immediate reversal. So there was a spike here, and there was a spike here, and there was a big spike around 14-15. I'll talk about that, and which caused sort of like a big damage. Otherwise the day would have been much more profitable. So in terms of Nifty and my positions, whatever the positions I entered in the morning, with the small stop losses, they were thrown out because the calls were stopped out here and the puts were stopped out here. And then even the late morning entries somewhere around after 9:30 and all, again they were stopped out here, and calls stopped out here and put stopped out here. But the good thing is because of the decay, the strategies with the big stop losses, they stayed in the system, and they did not suffer the stop losses, and they started gaining the profits and all. So in spite of all this choppiness and all, so they started getting into the profit, and the day was slowly gaining into the 0.1, 0.2, 0.3%. That's kind of a profit. And by 14:20, that's almost like a 220. I was in a profit of almost like a 0.65%. But then this particular candle, so it broke the swing low, and it kind of gave an impression impression like it's going to break the day low also, and because of that there was a big IV spike in the straddle premium. And this particular one and also this particular candle, it took out a lot of put SLs, and especially the ones with the small put SLs and all, they were taken out. And this particular consolidation, because it was not able to break the day low, so premium started again cooling off from here. So this is the region I am talking about. So premium again started cooling off, but the problem is it came with the opposite side of Nifty going up suddenly with these two big green candles. What happened is, here some of the 24,600 puts took the hit, and in this reversal some of the 24,650 and some of the 24,600 calls also took hit here. But then still there were a good number of quantity of the positions were left in the system, and they started decaying. And when Nifty was not able to break day high at all, so then the real decay, whatever was left out, like 30 rupees, 35 rupees, all that cooled off. And at 3 p.m. onwards, there was a move towards the day low. I thought, the closing will be somewhere around the 24,650, and my 24,650 straddles and some of the strangles with 24,700. 24,650 calls and 24,600 will be going to zero. Strangles, I kind of gained entire theta decay, but 24,650. So at some particular point, 24,650 straddle premium went almost like a 10 rupees, but again it went to somewhere like 20, 22 rupees. Finally closed at 18 rupees. So not a bad closing. So so I was in a profit of as I said earlier, 0.65%. So but finally, towards the end, the MTM profit came back almost close to the 0.6%, but then some of these choppy moves took away another 0.1%. Finally the day ended with a profit of like 0.51%. So I have closed the day with the profit of like 2.223 lakhs from all these three accounts together. 2.23 lakhs was the profit, and on my account size it works out like a 0.51%. Apart from that, with this profit, this month came into the slight green with a profit of like 0.2%, and also drawdown came down to 0.35, which is quite comfortable for me. So in terms of MTM swings, if you see, this is how the MTM swing. So it opened fine. So first half an hour was, it was like MTM was going up close to 0.1 and going down 0.1. So then there was a steady premium, and whenever there was a IV spike and there was a threat to closing the day high and breaking the day high or breaking the day low, you can see all this kind of intraday drawdown periods, right? And this is what I was talking about, around 1420 or 1420, 1430 time. So there was a big spike. You can see that almost the most of the profit the wiped out. So at one particular point, the profit came down from 0.65 to almost like a 0.1, and threatening like the day may end even in the negative. But that the day low was not broken. So even if the day low was broken, I think I had a good number of calls, and that would have still ended the day with profit. But it was good that it has not broken the day low, because if it has broken the day low, it would have taken out all the put stop losses, and with only the small premium on the calls, I don't think so I would have achieved the profit of 0.51. So this is how the day ended. So the day ended with a profit of 0.51%. So just one particular point I wanted to cover here from the learning point of view. So whenever you have if you have a lot of calls and less puts and all, and if you feel like the Nifty will take out the day high, and your 24,600 and 24,650 calls can go into the risk. So what you can do is, if you have a, let's say 1,000 quantity overall, I'm just giving an example, like if you have 1,000 quantity of calls, so you can probably buy a debit spread, like you can buy 24,650 calls and sell 24,700 calls with probably a debit of, let's say 7 rupees or 6 rupees at that particular time. But still, if the move happens, if big move happens on the upside, you will have a potential profit of almost like 35 to 40, or 45 points, depending on where the Nifty is going to close. And I would say, you don't need to do it with a full quantity. For example, if you have a 1,000 quantity of equals, you can probably do this debit spread with probably 200 or 250 quantity or 300 quantity, proportionately. So basically the intention is to save the existing positions, not to make any profit from the debit spread. So that was one thought. That was going in my mind, but I left it with the system. I thought Nifty tried almost like a 5 to 6 times so far, and it couldn't able to break out. Considering it's a weekend, I thought it's going to be, the closing will be between this day high and day low. That's exactly happened. Right, so that's all pretty much I wanted to cover. Hope you like this content, and if you really like it, give a thumbs up to this video and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss out any of my videos. And thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, put them in comments, and I will take my time and respond to them at the earliest.